Shalom, back again with another lesson. And before I begin this lesson, I'd like to begin by first giving all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Kodash. I'm going to give double honors to my elders and apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, where I've learned this truth from. I want to say peace and salutations also to you, Archeum, you brothers out there laboring, pushing this word out in all truth and in sincerity, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, which is your reasonable service. I want to say shalom to you, Akwaf, meaning you Israelite sisters that may be listening, and also to you Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. You may look like these other nations, but your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the chosen seed line. Shalom. So I was watching on social media and I came across a post that inspired me to want to actually do this lesson, right? So I'm going to title this lesson something along the lines of modesty is beautiful, right? Because the video I saw was in regards to modesty and how men react to women that dress modestly as opposed to women that dress like the women of the world, right? So the women of the world, the ones that don't dress modesty, they wear what they want, they basically have, their cleavage out, they wear low shorts or low skirts, whatever the case may be, or tight fitting dresses that reveal their curves and everything of that nature. There's a level of respect that men have for women that dress modesty as opposed to women that dress like women of the world, right? And this is true. This is true because women that dress like women of the world, they don't get the respect that they feel they deserve, right? Even though women say that, you should be able to wear what you want, but it's the fact that when women wear worldly clothes, it draws that odd attention from men that women don't like, right? And that's the reason why. And I think a lot of women understand that when they wear these worldly clothes, that they're doing it to get some form of attention. So I'm going to play some clips, right, in this lesson, just to give you an idea of what I came across. Because one of the things that I did see and notice is that a lot of women are posting videos on social media regarding the fact that men are no longer approaching them. So they're going out to these singles events and there's no men that's approaching them. They go out to the bars and all these places and they can't even get conversations from men. Men are not approaching them to get their phone numbers. Men are not approaching them to take them out on dates. So they're trying to understand exactly what's gone wrong with men and why men are no longer approaching.
Pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
Okay, so I recently went to a singles event and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes?
With 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes, and sizes. Where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind.
So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the scriptures, right? So I'm going to start in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18. Right? And this is verse 22, because I'll start it here, right? So Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22 says, "Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor from the Lord Yahweh," right? Because it's hard to find a virtuous woman in these days, right? In 2026, it's hard to find virtuous women, almost impossible, right? The women that are here now, they don't keep their mouth closed. They don't, they don't respect men, and they wonder why men don't approach them, right? But it says here, "Whoso findeth a wife," you find a wife or a really good woman, "findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord Yahweh," right? So I'm going to read in the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. I'm going to go straight to the point, right? So the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, and we're going to start from verse 10, right? So it says here, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rupees, right? So this means that she is very priceless. This is a woman that's, a 10 out of 10, right? Not like the woman that you see on Kevin Samuels that have absolutely no respect, can't keep their mouth closed, always contentious.
You rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. What would you rate? What? Yeah, let's get back to reality.
No, I'm in reality.
No, you're not in reality.
I'm in reality.
You're not in reality. If you're going to be a 10, we can end this. Because that's not reality. You're not a supermodel.
So I'm far from ugly, honey.
I didn't say that.
So
you made this combative, man. If you really want to say you're a 10, that's fine. But show me what the model contracts are.
I don't want to be a model.
I didn't ask you whether you want to be a model or not.
Somebody asked me today.
But you're not. But ma'am, you're not But you're not that. Come on.
Okay. Well, you said show me where the model contract. Somebody asked me today. Oh,
okay.
do you model?
Let's try this again. Where would you honestly rank yourself?
I just told you.
A 10.
Yeah. Maybe to you I'm not, but beauty's in the eye.
No. So you're a 10.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that there are no women that are more attractive than you?
What?
I'm asking.
It's hard.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top.
It's like I'm not.
If you're a 10, that means you're at the top. A 100 on a test is as high as you can go. It's a perfect grade. You're saying you're a 10, a 100 on the test. Are you saying that there's nobody who scores higher than you on looks? You're in the top percentile. Worldwide.
Possibly.
I'm a 10. So a virtuous woman, her price is far above rupees, meaning she's priceless. This type of woman is a rare find, right? Verse 11, it says, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Meaning, having a virtuous woman means that the man can trust her and she can enrich his life. Like she adds to his life, right? Verse 12, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So he won't have to worry at all about her stepping out, being disrespectful. Women of 2026, and I'm not saying all women, I'm just talking about a vast majority of women, they don't respect men. They don't even like men. It appears when you watch on social media, every time, you see a video, it's a woman complaining about something a man's done. It's nothing that they've done. It's just all a man. A man just randomly stepped out and just was evil. Verse 12, it says, she will do him good and not evil all the days of his life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands, right? Meaning she's good at crafts. She's good at making clothes. She's good at cooking. She's good at everything, right? Verse 14 says, she is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. That goes into her being the woman being very resourceful. She's like the merchant ship. She knows exactly what to get, and she's very resourceful, right? Which is a beautiful quality to have. In verse 15, it says, she riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. Meaning she makes sure her husband is fed and the children are all taken care of, right? Those are qualities of a virtuous woman, right? That's why, when you think about it, not a lot of women want to do these type of jobs these days. I see the other day a video clip from a woman saying that marriage is like slavery.
I think marriage is legalized slavery.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Say more, because if I'm thinking about slavery and I'm thinking about marriage, there are two different images that come into my head.
Absolutely not. I don't know how you don't. A man is, especially if he's expecting you to be a trad wife, he might as well pull out a whip and a chain.
Wow. So there are young people watching who might be wanting to get married. What would you say to them?
Don't.
Don't get married.
No.
Okay.
You're a helpmeet. That's what the Lord made you for, not to be a slave, but to want to make sure your family's good. You know, that's a beautiful quality to have. But a lot of women don't see that. They see that it's a form of slavery, right? Verse 16, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. Meaning, you know, back in the ancient world, a woman would get money and she would purchase a vineyard and she would plant it. You know, she was always doing something useful for the family. She was always doing something useful. Verse 17, she girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms, meaning she is energetic, she's strong, she's a hard worker. These are all qualities of a virtuous woman. Verse 18, she perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night, meaning she works late. You know, she's always doing something useful for the family again, right? Verse 19 says, she layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, right? So she's making thread, she's making fabrics from that thread that she spins. You know, she's making clothes, she's always doing something, right? She's making clothing, she's very useful, she's resourceful, as I mentioned, right? Verse 20, she stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yeah, she reacheth forth her hand to the needy. So she's generous, she's caring, she's thoughtful. She's all of those things mixed into one, right? That's why the Lord said her price is far above rupees. Verse 21, she is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. So again, she makes sure they're all warm because she makes them clothes, warm clothing. She does that all for them. 22, she maketh herself coverings of tapestry, for clothing is silk and purple. She makes dresses and fine linens. She makes sure she looks good. That's why there's something natural about a woman that dresses modesty that causes men to show a lot more respect.
Hey, yo, this is why modesty is good. Many women think that dressing how they want and exposing their body is freedom of expression. Anytime a man tells them to dress modestly, they get angry. They see it as the man trying to control their freedom, but really, it's just protection. A woman is allowed to dress how she wants. However, when you wear very revealing clothing, you attract the wrong types of attention from the wrong types of men. These are the kinds of men that like to objectify women. They are attracted to the women that objectify themselves. A good respectful man would see her and be like, she's beautiful, but would attract drama like these men. Good men value peace over anything. When he sees a woman dressing modestly, it says to him self-respect. He would think, I can trust her and she won't attract weird men. A woman can freely express herself without being nearly naked in public. Like, I've seen women at the club who are basically in their underwear. I have never seen a man who's just in his boxers. By thinking freedom of expression is exposing their bodies, this increases women getting sexualized, objectified. Objectification feeds toxic masculinity, which feeds patriarchy. This overall lowers respect. Men wanting modesty is not controlling. It's them trying to help women with self-respect so it can prevent these. It actually protects them from toxic masculinity.
Half naked these days, yeah, that it's now sexier when you see a woman modestly dressed, that you're looking at, it looks like, you know, when she's more covered up, but you can see the body, it's more like, It's become now, when you see a woman half naked, it's just like, it hasn't got that sexiness to it anymore now. It's just like, oh, cringe, fuck off, desperate, you know what I mean? It's become mad now. It's like you're all desperate for our attention, male attention. Look at me, I'm more naked, I'm even more naked, look at me. It's embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie.
The biggest flex for a woman to have is being modest. Like knowing that you have it all, but you don't need to flaunt it to get male attention. Like that's gotta be a flex, honestly, because we live in an era where that's all we see. That's all men are drawn to is, you know, girls with their ass up, girls with their, everything like that. But if you got the ones that don't need to do all that, they don't need to do too much, and they still get attention, those are gems, right? Those are really gems. A girl that doesn't dress up for male attention. Like, she's modest. Like, she doesn't care. Like, she literally goes out just to have fun. And she's not worried about everything else. And she doesn't need to show everyone her attributes, her cards on the table.
It's one thing to know that you bad, but if you know that you bad and you still choose modesty, you still choose to cover up, you still choose peace and to love yourself and to choose the best version of yourself, that's a different type of woman right there, boy. That's super rare to come by, you know? So if you do find that, hold on to it, bro, because I promise you, it's super rare in today's age.
I'm going to show some clips here of a woman wearing very fashionable clothing.
I've grown accustomed to her face. She almost makes the day begin.
These are modest clothes. Verse 23, it says, her husband is known in the gates when she sitteth among the elders of the land. So she makes him look good. She's not a burden unto him, right? Verse 24, she maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. Verse 25, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. So she is clothed with strength and dignity, right? She presents herself, right? You know, she's not worried about, what she's doing, because obviously she shall be rejoiced in time to come, because obviously everything she does, she'll make everything look good, right? Now, in the book of Proverbs, our precept here in the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 14, it says here, it says, every wise woman buildeth her house, right? And that's a wise woman. But on the flip side, it says, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. This is like the opposite side. That's why a lot of these women fail. There's a few clips here showing a woman plucking her house down.
Look, right, making them cry. You see that? You see that? This is what I deal with. You see that? Right. You throwing stuff at her. Y'all see that, right? That ain't me. I still got my video that Right. This is the disrespect. She allow her kids to be disrespectful to me, and she want me to take them places. I'm not putting up with it. Sorry. And this is what she does when she don't get her way.
Are you fucking serious?
What's up? What's up?
Sexually, you not me.
I don't know what you want from me. I know. Can you pull over into there?
Verse 2, it says, He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord Yahweh, but he that is perverse in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve him. Meaning, if you've got wise talk, you're wise in your words, you're wise in your ways, everything, is just works out for you, right?
Let's talk about that.
Your children, the ones that I did not create, they're allowed to do what you do. They sleep all day. They don't come out of the room. They don't do what they need to do.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want you to come over here. I want you to watch this. Let me show you something. Go sit over there. I have a little concern because your sons are not demonstrating that they are learning to be the kind of man I know you want them to be. They're going to demonstrate the kind of man you teach them to be. And I'm not really sure what to do about that. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. That's how you do that. The woman has to talk to her man to get him to move the way she needs him to move. You're not going to get nothing with that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel that?
Yeah. Now back to Proverb 31. And we're on verse 26. It says, She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. Like when she speaks with wisdom and kindness. Pretty straightforward there, right? She's kind, she's wise, She knows how to speak to her man. You can motivate men to move mountains for you if you speak to them with respect. Verse 27, it says, She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Right? So she's always looking out for the betterment of her family. She puts her family first and is not lazy. Like she doesn't just sit around and watch the soaps all day. She's making herself busy. Right? Verse 28, Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Right? So her children, her husband and her children praise her for all the things that she does for them. Verse 29, it says, Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. There are many virtuous, capable women in the world, but this woman surpasses all of them because there's no one like her. Verse 30, Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord Yahweh, she shall be praised. Right? So charm is deceptive, and beauty doesn't last. Right? But a woman who fears the Lord Yahweh be praised. So, a beautiful woman that doesn't have any of these skills of a virtuous woman, like, yeah, she looks good, but the beauty doesn't last forever. You know what I mean? If you don't have them skills, all that beauty is for nothing, really. This is verse 31. Give her of the fruit of her hands. Let her own works praise her in the gates. I pray that this has been edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm going to leave it there. So on to the next one, Lord willing. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rachach Kodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me his truth. I want to say peace and salutations to you, Akim, you hopeful elect, and it's on to the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.